Welcome to MyBinding.com. This is the Martingale J1811 padding press. Before we start with the press, you'll always need to start with your actual pads. Count out one stack to begin with to the desired size. Then, using a pad counter, measure the stack thickness. Place the stack on a piece of chipboard and set it aside. Now use the counter to snag onto the edge of your stack, which separates a new stack the same size as your first template. When your pads are counted out, bring it all into a paper jogger to even it all out. Now we come to the press and hang the door piece on the black bar. It should overlap both sides. To help with the cleanup later, I like to place a folded scratch page in first. Then push the stack of pads against the door. You can use the sides to even it out even more. Place on another scratch paper and then the pressure plate against the door as well. Bring the clamps down onto the plate. You can tighten them to hold the page as well. Also note that the press is wide enough to accommodate 2 stacks of standard 8.5 by 11 paper. Now remove the door to reveal the edge of your stack. Lightly wet your brush before use. Now take your padding compound and apply it evenly to the entire side of the stack. Make your strokes from the center to the edge to avoid getting glue on any other sides. It should be evenly applied, but you don't need to use too much of the glue. When finished, rinse the brush clean. Now you'll see that I actually applied too much glue, which the extra just drips down to the bottom. The press has a channel to catch this, but since I'm using the scratch paper to catch it, I need to fold it into the channel so it doesn't gather on the side of my bottom pad. After letting it dry for 60 to 90 minutes, it should be ready to remove from the press. You can peel off the scratch paper. You really see why you don't want to use too much glue now. See how it still clings to the bottom? And now it takes a lot more work to clean up. Next, you can use a pad separating knife to separate the individual pads. But from the experience of myself, who is not an expert in the field, it is easier to just peel each one off by hand. As a trick to save time and make smaller pads, if you glue both sides of your paper, then cut it into 4 sections using a stack cutter, you then have a lot more smaller pads in way less time.